Hey guys, Brian with the Seat Shop. If you've landed on this video, chances are you're looking for a cover or a foam cushion that we don't have listed on the website. I'm going to take a brief second to explain to you why you may not be finding what you're looking for. So one of the first reasons if we don't have a particular year make model is basically due to the year range. So when it comes to year range, we want to look for vehicles that are still going to be everyday drivers, a lot of them on the road. We started around in the late 90s, 2000s. We realized a lot of those patterns actually went back to 95. So we went from 95 going forward. If you don't see your covers because your vehicle's older than 1995, we don't have anything for you. We only go back to 95, but that's also dang near 30 years. So that's covering a lot of vehicles, but we kind of cut it off at 95, going 95 through current, mainly trucks and SUVs. All right, another reason you may not be finding your covers on our website is if you have a cloth interior. Cloth is a lot harder to match and have made to match the OEM specs. So the older a vehicle is, say you're getting back to the 95, 96, 97, even early 2000s, mid 2000s, it's really hard to find the material. So the OE manufacturer that made the cloth will run that cloth while it's in current production for that OE, and then afterwards they hang it up. They not making any more of it. They may make X amount for warranty work for the dealership for X amount of years after they stop production of that vehicle. But having someone make a cloth that matches the original is almost impossible. There's so much stuff and so much intricate stuff in the weave and the different colors of yarns and stuff like that that are used to make a cloth pattern. It is extremely difficult to get it to match the original. I've never found a remake that really looks just like the original, and we need everything here at the Seat Shop to match with your factory so you can replace just a bottom or just a top, whatever, so it matches with the original. Cloth is really difficult to do to get to match. You gotta be able to get with the original textile mill that made it for the OE, so you know you're getting the right stuff that matches with the original. When it comes to leather and vinyl, it's a lot more straightforward matching that kind of stuff. You're matching colors, you gotta make sure you're matching grain, perforation holes, stuff like that, but it's not nearly as intricate as matching a weave when you don't know the pattern to the puzzle and how it all weaves it together and the colors of yarn. It's really difficult to color match a yarn that's the size of a hair. Next is if you have a special edition truck. Think about a King Ranch or a Raptor, the Cabela's edition F250s. You got a Harley Davidson edition F150 or F250. Anything special edition, there's a shorter run. They didn't make as many of them. They're going to do something different to the interior and to the vehicle because of that edition. And a lot of times there's a small modification to the seat cover, where it's a different stitch change. Maybe it's a couple different materials that are laced into it. Overall the same pattern, but they add some other flair to it. The problem with that is sometimes those little flare materials that they add to it, you can't get, or they're really hard to come across, or they're difficult to match. Maybe they add a cloth piece in there, like the Raptor. This Raptor had these pieces here, these cloth strips called high-rise material, extremely difficult to match and really hard to weave. Gets back into the cloth conversation to get something to weave to match it just right. So same pattern as an F-150, different materials to it. Can't get all the materials. There's a shorter number of those vehicles on the road that they made, that Ford or GM or whoever made of that vehicle. They didn't make as many as a regular F150 XLT or Lariat. They're gonna make a ton of those. Your special editions, not gonna be as many vehicles made on that. So a lot of the special editions we may not have all the materials for. If we do have the materials, man, we're gonna make it. We'd love to sell it. I don't make any money not selling you anything. So if I can make it, I'll do it. But if I can't get it, or if it doesn't make sense to be able to be able to bring the material in, then we're not gonna have it. So if you got a special edition, check with the dealer. A lot of times the dealer's out of them too, because that mill or textile mill's not making it anymore and they can't get the material either. Now we're on foam cushions. Foam cushions, Durafoam, man, you've probably heard about it. Some of the best stuff on the market. Durafoam cushions are awesome. And I know you're heartbroken when you got to the website and you didn't see the foam for your truck or your SUV. Let us know what you've got. See if we can make it for you. We're making a lot of molds all the time. The molds are just freaking expensive to have made, to get them done right, so you can get consistency with the part every time you make it. Plus there's different variations. Just like before, I was talking about all the different additions within those. Yeah, like this one this is for an F-150 that's got the heated and cooled seats. So you have this part that's indented in the center part of it for the heated and cooled. Same pattern, but if it's not heated and cooled, it doesn't have that. So there's different variations of the mold to be able to do the different lines within a vehicle. And with the molds being so expensive, that's why you're gonna see driver bottom foams predominantly on the website. Some SKUs you're gonna see a driver side and a passenger. Most of that is if the foam cushion is the same for driver and passenger, where it can be the same thing, it's just flipped over. There's a couple models out there that are like that, but most of them are a mirror image where it's a little bit different. So the driver's side is not the same as the passenger. So if you want to make a passenger foam, you got to make a whole new mold in order to do that. There are a couple vehicles where we get enough demand on the passenger side, and we have made a completely new passenger side mold to do that. But typically you're going to find driver's side bottom foams on our website. Like I said, demand pushed it to mold a passenger side for a couple SKUs. If you're needing a passenger one, drop us a line, let us know. We get enough people asking for it, maybe we'll mold that as well. All right, with all that being said, if there's still something that you're wanting to get for your vehicle that you're looking for that we don't have, fill out the form. That really helps us. We get an idea of what people are looking for, and the more submissions we get for a particular year, make, model, for a particular cover or new Durafoam, that we log all that data so we know where to kind of steer the R&D group to on what new products to focus on next. So that really, really helps us out. All right, the second option is going to be to find a local upholstery shop near you. Luckily, we have a bunch of them in our resources tab at the top of the page. Hit the resources button, hit the installer network, put in your zip code. It's going to bring up all the shops in your area that we do business with. These guys are great shops. They can help you out with your truck. Give them a call, let them know what you're trying to get done, and they'll be more than happy to help you out.